evening, I hope you're all well. It's a difficult one to do, but I thought I'd get straight into it and do it. Fortunately, Peggy passed away on the 16th of this month, which is 2 weeks today. I've taken the time before releasing and letting people know. I know in my comments on my videos, people always comment when they can hear her in the background. She's walking around, she's by my side. She was a fantastic companion, and old age basically got the better of her, and in the end she became a little bit, I shouldn't say a little bit ill, she became ill and she got cancer, so it was a difficult one, difficult decision, but I had to do what's right for Peggy. So unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, I had to make the decision with the vet that the best thing for her was to be put to sleep. Unfortunately, I was with her till the very end. I stayed with her all the way through the process. Peggy was Peggy. If you ever met her, and a few of you subscribers that have met her, you know what she's like. She was just, I knew that day was going to be the day. We discussed it the day before the vet and decided to try and give her as best as I could, the best day I could possibly give her. Under the circumstances, age had got the better of her slowly, but unfortunately with the cancer, it just took too quick. And when you make a decision like this, it's so difficult. And I feel like such an hypocrite at times when, after my history in the butchery and what have you, of prioritising when I'm up here and when down here, and I don't. They're all now, you know? And it's so difficult. And it's been difficult. So I'm just going to do this one as a kind of let's do this as a dedication to Peggy moment. She was 19 last August on the 19th, so she's had a good life, you know, almost 19 and a half. I inherited Peggy. It's a long story. I'd had a collie previously. If you didn't know, Peggy had a little clip on her ear, which I think I've pointed out a few times in videos, because when she was rescued as a puppy from puppy breeders, basically, and they clipped the ear. I don't know if it was the charity that clipped the rescuers or the breeders clipped the ear. So she always had this little clip in her ear, and she was rescued and taken on as a pet by great grandma, who had it. And then great grandma had always said to me, if I have any dogs when I'm going, would you have them for me? And so I ended up having Peggy. almost 6 years ago, and she was a breath of fresh air. She was great. She was everything I needed in my life at the time. You know, I was on my own, single. I had the two, and I had the two boys, the cats, Zeus and Ty. And now, unfortunately, Zeus passed this last year, so I've only got Ty now. I had the two boys, the cats, but going out and about and being out and about as much as I am, she was perfect for me. That's the only way I'll describe it. Peggy was perfect for me. I'm going to try and do this. Yeah, so Peggy and Grandma passed away, and Peggy came into my life 4 times 6 years ago. Came with a dog collar on because she ripped her neck open on a building site, which was nothing to do with me, and we bonded straight. If you'd met her, you knew she was a fuss monkey. She was so, and straight away I said, she's my business partner. I'm going to be a dog. I've just started dog walking, just in the process. Literally starting 2 weeks later, knew I was doing it, and I said, she's my business partner, and she was my USP, unique selling point. She got me just as many customers. Customers love Peggy. It's the truth. We were a great team, and now unfortunately that team part's gone. It's not her fault. Old age catches up with everyone, doesn't it? Unfortunately, she had a good look last year. Let's reel it back a bit. She came into my life at the right time, and I just started dog walking, and I had to do a delivery job in the early hours of the morning. So I'd get up in the morning, 3 o'clock, let her out to the toilet, put her back in, do the job, which was it varied, to be honest, on days, but usually no more than 6 hours. But then I'd come home and take her out for the day, and we'd just adventure. And then it was only for a short period of time. It's less than 2 months. It was probably less than a month. Probably about a month. And then I'd earned enough clientele to be able to stopped doing that, and then I was doing evening delivery. So I'd go out and deliver takeaway, and but she was my constant, you know. I'd come home, I'd be gone out for 3 or 4 hours doing that, but she'd been out adventuring with me all day and the dog walks that I had. She was part of the joined at the. That's an hypocritical thing. We weren't joined at the hip. We were when we were out on walks with dogs, as Jane quite frequently mentions. But no, if I went out with 30, 40 friends, she would choose some victim and she would be like glued to them for the. And I've been away for weekends with her. I mean, last year alone, she did penny fan twice. She did wild camping on penny fan once. She did a weekend wild camping on Dartmoor. All this was in my social group, so she was with others as well. And they all took time. They all loved her. And me saying this, I should point out, probably less than 10 people probably knew about Peggy's passing before this video that I'm aware of. So I haven't told many at all. My daughter, my partner, and a few friends, close friends, and that's it. So this is how it's going out. But none of my friends on Facebook even, and there are quite a few on here from Vegan Camp Out. Let's go back. I took her, this is typical Peggy. She'd go out on all the walks. We did slow it down a bit 3 years ago from all day because of her age. She had a little turn one day, so we took her to the vet and they decided to cut it down. So she went from all day to basically half a day and then a good walk in the air. But she was still getting 4 hours out a day. And at 19, you know, that's probably why she lasted so long, to be honest with you. But yeah, last year she did penny fan in the middle of winter. Rain, not blizzard snow. Pouring down with rain, but it was atrocious. But we did it, and she did it. Getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, she wasn't best pleased with me. We went out there for the sunrise, which didn't happen because it was pouring down with rain. She did it again later in the summer, and then we decided not to go to the peak at the second. And I've talked about it in the video. Went back down and let her swim in the lake. I mean, she was an old girl. She's coming up to 19 then. Took her wild camping in Dartmoor for a weekend. That was a fantastic experience for her. She went in every bit of river she could. She was like a reincarnated sea lion, so I hope she comes back as something that's free. If you believe in reincarnation, I'm just saying. I used to call her a reincarnated sea lion. If there is such a thing, I hope she comes back something in the water that's safe, that doesn't get caught fishing, what have you. Otter or something in the river. I don't know, but you know, shouldn't talk like that. Yeah, so she went in every bit of river she could on the Dartmoor thing, and the only thing I was worried about is at night coming into my tent, soaking wet. She did the Vegan Camp Out. She met hundreds and hundreds, and I'm going to get a more mural, I think you call it, picture up here. I still haven't put marshmallow notes up, just over there, unfortunately. I've got to put them up, but I'll have a picture frame full of pictures of Peggy where the different things, because my favourite picture of the last year was one from camping, but she just she seemed to embrace the camping and love it. So Vegan Camp Out, she probably cuddled up to well over 100, potentially up to 1,000. If that's how stupid it was, everyone. I mean, she probably cuddled 100 people in one go. There was a big community, and everyone had a cuddle off Peggy, sort of thing. She met everyone. She went. If you were at Vegan Camp Out last year, she was the black and white collie that was around with me all the way through. She loved the food. And people used to criticise then because I did buy some of that. There was a vegan dog food store at the Vegan Camp Out, and it made her stomach bad. We got a few tins, she loved it, but then it gave the other end, it just wasn't good for her. So it's just not for her. It's her age and her stomach, that's all. I'm not saying anything's wrong with the food. So, yeah, but she would do the Cheerios, the bloody shit, great food. And I'll try and do a picture memorial and I'll try and show it. They did her paw prints. This is just like a dedicated one, just to let people know that will happen. She did Dartmoor, and then she did my friend's birthday bash, which were framed for people, and she just had a great time. We had matching t-shirts, so she was for the fancy dress. She was my partner in that sense, not in the romantic, but she was a business partner. She was a partner in crime, basically. She was just amazing. So we did that, and then we did camping up in the lakes where the tent got soaked, flooded, and she had to sleep in the car overnight, and I had to sleep in the car. But then the next day, it didn't disground all over of us. We went off on another adventure. She had an adventurous time, and that was just a few things she did last year. And then she's done other things. She went out on the last day. She went on a little bit more walking, but slower, smaller walks, just to get her out with a few of the others. I let her have all the treats she wanted the last day. It really didn't matter, did it? Because she deserved it, and that's it. And I'm sorry, this is not really going anywhere. It's just to let, basically, I'm just saying. Unfortunately, Peggy passed last year, and 2 weeks ago today. And every day I walk in, I get out the car and I think, oh, go and check Peggy. She's not there. Get up in the morning, wake up in the middle of the night, 'cause the last few months I did have to get down and let her out a few times in the night. 1 or 2 nights going into the garden with her, sort of thing. In the middle at 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I would wake up and she wasn't there. And it's almost like a "why I'm vegan" moment. There's Peggy's just as guilty. My terminology is wrong on that. Peggy's animals are all precious, aren't they? I mean, how many dead chickens, pigs, bullocks, sheep have I dealt with? And yet, I've had 3 dogs in my life, and every time it hits you like a ton of bricks, for better want of word. But all animals are the same, aren't they? I mean, I'm still not over the fact that Zeus passed last year, and Ty's led on the top, put a towel over there. He started lying on the radiator, but I've put a towel on top so he's not directly on the heat. But he's only just started doing that in the last week. He's changed so much since Zeus. He's a different character since Zeus is passing, and that was a shock to the system beyond any. And now, don't know what's wrong too much. Sorry. Life inevitably goes on. I still have Digby Monday to Friday. I've got him Friday night because he's got the groomer Saturday, and he'll still be it. And there'll be a few more videos with dogs in. But I've kind of gone off it for the few weeks because I did 1 or 2 and it didn't feel right. And Jane, when you said the other day, it hit me like a ton. You could hear Digby eating or drinking water in one of the videos, and that I thought, yeah, you're right. I'm glad you never picked up on the not hearing the Peggy walking, or her tag used to always hit the metal on the water bowl, sort of thing. You know what I mean? I just didn't have to make this video, and I was going to do it the day after. Too soon. I was going to do it last Tuesday. Or do it on a week. Too soon. And I'm lacking motivation even in the mornings at the moment. Work's not stupidly busy, which is kind of a blessing in one way. As I explained in a video earlier about different things for my mum and all that lot, and she's in palliative care now, so we're talking weeks, I think, to be honest, but we were never close, so I'm not trying to just brush that off. I'm still getting over the Peggy side of things, and yeah, I do my tangents and random. I don't want to do that. I will probably get 2 dogs later on in the. It's not going to happen overnight. I've got Digby and Runa for 2 weeks coming up in a few weeks' time, so that takes me to the end of February. I'm not in no rush, to be honest. I need time to grieve, get over not having Peggy, and then also, just for the short period of time I haven't got a dog in my life 24/7, 7 days a week, just use that little bit of time for me time as well. When I did the challenges, the fast last August, Peggy stayed at my daughter's, and my daughter's great, and son-in-law great having Peggy, so really grateful. But I would never put her into a kennel. I trusted him. Pardon me, with my daughter. And my daughter's had her for me. But yeah, never got into paddleboarding just because of sheer age. Besides which, she liked being in the water too much, didn't she? But I couldn't take her when I went paddleboarding because she'd be in the water too much. So that was just typical Peggy. Because I'm going to get a photo framed and I've got her ashes. And one day, she'll probably get scattered with Willow and me. Willow was my colleague before. I mean, they're part of my life so much that I think I'll just ask my daughter to scatter us all together, to be honest with you. Yeah, bit morbid this one, isn't it? I'm sorry about that. But I need to get this one out there. Livestock. I will definitely get rescue dogs, I feel. And I have casually looked a bit, just a little peek. I did it the first weekend just to say it's too soon. But I will probably go down the Romanian rescue route or another rescue route like that. Give 2 loving dogs an opportunity that they deserve, and they all deserve it. But I'm only one person, so we'll figure it out later on in the year. May just get one dog. We'll see. I truly believe this could possibly be my last dogs, because Patch was my first dog I saved up for paper rounds when I was in teenagers. He lasted for 15 years. Willow was my dog that we had, I should say, me, Chris and Megan had, that's my daughter. And she passed, not long. She passed in December. She'd have been 17 at the very beginning, February the 5th, she'd have been 17. She died on December the 9th. So not this year, but in the past. And then I had a little bit of a gap between Willow and Peggy. I had a big gap between, probably 4 or 5 years each time, but I'm not going to leave it like that this time. Purely because I'm a dog walker, and that's not an excuse to get a dog. But I'm out all the time, every day, and I feel that I can do something to help a dog. And please, if you're watching this and you're UK based, even if the dogs are in abroad, Spanish rescues and Romanian rescues, blind dogs, whatever, if you've got any recommendations, please put them out there. I'll carry on. I want to help. Give 1 or 2 dogs a chance, but not just yet. Put your recommendations out there. I'll start doing the research, but it won't be until much later on in the year, at the earliest, to be honest with you. This time next year I might not have a replacement in yet, but then don't know, do you? I mean, the only other option, I might foster a few dogs for a while, or I'm going to leave it there. There are a few other things that I might do, but we'll just leave it there. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Sorry. Please, thank you for all you new subscribers. I'm sorry that this long one's are pretty, if you don't even know who Peggy is, that's understandable. She was my dog. I don't even like saying it like that. She was, if you ever met us together, you know she's more than my dog. She was my business partner, my partner in crime. We were the gruesome twosome, and it's just sort of, it's like everyone who has a loss with the bereavement of a family pet. It's never nice. Sorry, I could waffle on forever. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave this here now. Honestly, they're not going to be this. I don't know, even my words, I don't script, do I? Just go off the cuff, and it's just R.I.P. Peggy. I remember her till the day my last breath. It's just the way she is. Just like I remember Patch and I remember Willow, and it does get easier, I know. And yeah, weird one to end. Please feel free to leave your comments. Anything about rescues, please be interested. I will look at it for future reference. I'm not going to ask you to do anything on this one, to be honest, because this isn't that kind of video. Thank you if you got this far. I really do appreciate it. We are monetised now. It's the trickles of the pennies going in, to be honest with you. It's nothing major. It's going to be, when you see those YouTube videos, it's for another time. It's not for this one. But, it's going to take a while, but once it starts rolling in, that's when it's 6 months so far. It's not now. You've got to build up first, then you've got to earn £100 before you get anything out of them, and then you've got to do the tax and all the rest. We'll leave it there. I'm not into any of this on this one. This is just a farewell to Peggy, posting to update people on why it's been a bit awkward and why I've not been doing the videos. I've got to go, and my phone's good. Take care and stay safe. See you in the next one. Bye.